What is going on, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy Nye. Welcome to another little interview on the CoinDesk stage here at Invest Asia. We're out here in Singapore having a good time, and today I'm here with my girl Olya from Anchor. How you doing, Olya?
I'm doing fantastic. Great to be here with you in Singapore at Invest Asia.
Yeah, we've been all over the world now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
In case you weren't there, we just had an awesome party in Zug for Crypto Valley.
Yep.
And we're going to have another party tomorrow at 19 Water Boathouse to celebrate Anchor's official launch in Asia.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about Asia for Anchor. Why do you think that Asia is like an important market? Why are you coming over here to invest Asia in Singapore and things like that?
I think Asia is the perfect market to launch. There's such a high demand and a high appetite for something that actually provides stability. Anchor provides long-term price stability, protection from inflation, protection from currency manipulation, preservation of purchasing power, all while hedging against daily market fluctuations and volatility. Currently, with the US-China trade wars, a lot of money in Asia is going into Bitcoin. And we all love Bitcoin. It is the pioneer. It's what really gave this industry's head start. However, we all also know that it's really not practical for daily use as a currency. So Anchor has created a currency that is pegged to something that's actually stable and not to any fiat. Currently, the stablecoin market is dominated by stablecoins pegged to fiats.
Yeah, so like US dollars or something like that.
Correct, but it's susceptible to the exact same vulnerabilities of your traditional fiat currencies to which they're pegged, which includes depreciation, inflation, market fluctuations. If you look at the US dollar alone, it's dropped in its value by 2.5% per year, every year of the last 25 years. And that translates to losing over 55% of your purchasing power over the last 25 years. If you're saving for your college or your pension, that's a great loss. So what we've tried to create is long-term price stability, also hedging against daily market fluctuations, so both short-term and long-term stability.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
And we're out here. We're at Invest Asia Singapore. For what reason? Like, why did you guys come here? Is it like more for exposure, just to like hang out, meet some good people? What's the vibe here?
Well, actually, funnily enough, it's our second time here in Singapore.
Cool.
We were in Singapore in March for another conference as well, and we're out here this time for Invest Asia. And like I said, Singapore is a great market. It's become a big hub for cryptocurrency and for everyone around the region to be able to come and safely gather and network and share ideas and connect. And we're really excited to just be here to engage with the greater crypto community and share ideas and see what partners we can find to help pave the way forward for mainstream adoption. Cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, Asia's a fun place. I've been out here 4 or 5 times in terms of Singapore alone, just in the last year. And these conferences are always fun. They're always filled with really good people. We're out here at the Invest Asia conference right now, hosted by CoinDesk, and there's a lot of good people here. Even though we're in kind of a bearish kind of market, there's a lot of good people, and things are going well.
Yes, definitely. I love coming out to conferences all over the world and seeing familiar faces as well as new faces. You can really see how much the cryptocurrency industry has changed just from 1 year ago to where it is today.
True.
So it's really encouraging, it's motivating, and I can't imagine being in any other industry, and I'm really looking forward to the future of crypto and the future of stablecoins. I think that stablecoins have really carved out a niche in the market, and you're seeing with major giants such as Facebook and even Binance creating their own stablecoin, Venus. So you see that there's so much promise in stablecoins with all of these major players investing into the stablecoin market.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the future, inevitably.
Even with like JP Morgan coin,
Exactly.
Something we probably don't want to happen. The banks are creating their own stablecoins in their own right and things like that. But I also think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
We're talking a little. I talked with the last guest a little bit about it as well. But what do you think is kind of the future of stablecoins? Is this something you think like banks are going to adopt and utilize their own stablecoin? Is there going to be one or two stablecoins that rule the whole ecosystem and could get sent places and things like that? What's kind of your idea of that?
So I think that currently we're in a transition, right? So the market is dominated by fiat-pegged stablecoins because that's what we're most familiar with.
Yeah.
So it's a natural transition and progression into the more kind of algorithmic stablecoins, which is what Anchor is. And people maybe aren't as familiar with it, but it is the next generation. And eventually, I think that the progression is going to be to really leverage technology, leverage algorithms to create currencies that are unbiased, that are not susceptible to manipulation from governments or political biases, and that are really like objective measures of value and are really decentralized. In terms of ones that are centralized, owned by banks or institutions, I think that there's a place for them as well. And I think that there's definitely a place for all the different types of cryptocurrencies and stablecoins that they can live side by side, and people can use them for different needs, whether it's saving or daily currency use or hedging or whatnot. Like there's definitely a use and a need for every type of coin that's going to be out there and that will find its place in the market as it continues to mature.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a similar boat. I'm more in the boat of like I'm excited to see what happens.
Yes.
Like I think there's like
what do you think is going to happen?
I mean, I think stablecoins are right now like the best use case for crypto besides Bitcoin and fighting inflation in that regards. I use stablecoins more than anything else. Okay. So if I get paid in Bitcoin or Ethereum via my company, it immediately goes into a stablecoin. If I want to send money to someone who has been a contractor or to an employee, I usually send them money in a stablecoin. It's the easiest way to transact.
Which one do you use?
I use USDC right now because it's Coinbase backed and I trust it much more than Tether personally.
Right.
But there's a lot of different there's a lot of new ones coming to the market like every year,
Yeah.
And I'm interested to kind of see how it goes. I'm curious to see how it goes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sticking around.
And the fact that even with Tether's scandals and that we all know it's not backed one-to-one, there's still such a high demand and appetite. It just goes to show you that people are craving a stablecoin that's really viable, and they just maybe don't know where to turn. So Anchor is here to try to provide that alternative to Tether and other fiat-pegged stablecoins.
Cool. And we've got a big event, so if anybody here is in Singapore, we're co-hosting an event Thursday, tomorrow.
Yes,
at
September 12th.
Yeah.
7 to 9 p.m. at 1919 Water Boathouse. It's going to be mediated by Michael Nye and aired on his Evolvement podcast. So in case you can't be there tomorrow, definitely make sure to tune into his Evolvement podcast and check it out.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, and we're celebrating Anchor's launch, our very first listing on Liquid, as well as the first official listing on IDEX, which will be later this month, and it'll be the first listing on a decentralized exchange, the world's largest decentralized exchange.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Olya.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for jumping on.
Thank you, CoinDesk and InvestAsia.